Recording in progress.
You're being recorded.
The FBI is listening to your podcast.
Globalists now have access.
Your compound is being raided.
Coroner is listening.
Yeah. All right, there we go. I found it, dude. We're in the fourth dimension.
Holy shit, I'm listening to myself right now. When is now?
Has now already happened, or is now then?
When will then be now? Soon.
Will it be now tomorrow, or is it now right now? And then when we get to tomorrow, is it going to be then?
When does tomorrow end? Soon?
That's what I've been trying to ask people this whole time.
Tomorrow never dies. That's all I know.
I like that movie.
Is that the one with Halle Bams?
Halle Bams. No, that's the one with the girl from The Desperate Housewives.
What?
Terry Hatcher. One of the Desperate Housewives.
One of the Desperate Housewives?
Mm-hmm.
Terry... Whoa, she looks like an alien.
Terry Hatcher. Right? That's the right person, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's her. She was also Lois Lane in that horrible soap opera Superman show that they did for a while.
Really?
Yeah, I remember my mom used to watch that.
Smallville?
Nah, before that.
Wow. What?
I was like, Mom, you're ruining Superman for me. I used to like him back in the day, I think.
We figured it out.
I watched those 60s cartoons, like, faster than a fucking train.
Running bigger than all of it.
Taller than a building.
Stronger than an average man.
Stronger than your face.
Slightly taller than...
Can you hear that music, actually?
Yeah.
Nice, dude.
I can hear it.
Caleb Richardson, hello there. We're ready to start, I think. All right, I'm
doing
rolling.
it, Peter.
You're rolling.
Hello there.
Ready to go, dude.
Click it. Hello there. Good day, Galaxy. I wanted to start it off with some type of Kenobi.
General Mopar.
You're all going to get split in half. Good day, Galaxy. Thank you guys for tuning in. I am Mopar.
I am Commander Cody. And we're back. Post-celebration. Not that we were there, but celebration happened. And it's over. And here we are, recording an episode.
It's true. Kenobi.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot on my brain. Mm-hmm. As we said for weeks and weeks leading up to this moment, stakes are high. There's a lot riding on this show, and we'll get into all the details here in a minute. Unless you want, of course, want to dive right in, we can always do that. But I think we're off to a good start.
Absolutely.
I think we're off to a good start. I feel good about Star Wars again. I feel good, dude.
How about we kind of break it down? I know we're going to get big into the story and what's actually happening on screen, but, just right off the bat, the production, the sound, the score, the way they, just include classics into fresh new stuff, the way they're doing flashbacks, the kick in the fucking teeth, the very first thing we see.
Yep.
Is, well, let's even before the very first thing we see. So what they did is, you want a recap? Well, here's the fucking prequels. And you're like, what?
And it was all prequels, and I loved that.
Yeah. Not that I didn't expect it. I just didn't. It was literally every good thing from all three movies. If it had Anakin or Obi-Wan in it. Yeah. It had Maul. It had Qui-Gon. It had the pod race. It had the Jango Fett fight. It had it all. And it was literally just like punching you. Like if you're a Star Wars fan, well, here it fucking is, bro. And then we're just left off, and it says Star Wars, and you're already on the edge of your seat. You're like, okay, I just saw everything I loved. Now here we go.
Yeah.
And just the final blow is, guess what? Here's some younglings. Order 66, and then it was just like, oh. fuck?
In case you forgot, the Jedi are fucked. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could have easily went with some footage of classic Obi-Wan to be like, hey, it's Obi-Wan. You guys know Obi-Wan, right? But in the timeline, that hasn't happened yet. We haven't seen old school Obi-Wan. So, like, as Star Wars fans, we all know where we're going. But in terms of the story itself, they're really nesting it after the prequels. And I was happy to see that the recap was exclusively episodes 1, 2, 3.
Well, it makes sense. It's called a recap. We're not going to rehash things that happen in the future, you know? So it's there to set up the setting where we're at now.
The character's been around for almost 50 years, so like they could have done that.
Sure.
I'm glad they didn't feel they had to lean on episode 4, Alec Guinness, Kenobi, to like make it, to sell it, is what I mean.
Right. You know, with all this said, I know it's focusing on Obi-Wan and Anakin, but that was like all we saw. Like, I feel like there's a lot. I guess not. That's not entirely true because we did, you know, some of the trial conversations. Oh, he's good for the trials but the only reason I think
footage in there, yeah.
Right. Well, I think that's because I hope they prove me wrong. I said they wouldn't put Qui-Gon on screen.
I think they will.
I still stand by. I don't think they will. I think we'll hear from him.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll see him on screen.
Man, that was like one of the first things he said.
Yeah. He's like, Master,
what the fuck are we doing here?
Give me a call anytime.
I'm so hot, dude.
I'm so hot.
Give me a beer, dude.
No, I truly, not in my wildest dreams, thought we would start with Order 66.
I know.
I mean, in all of our heads, we're like, all right, 10 years after Episode 3 on Sand Planet, and we scroll down, and it's a fucking huge city, and you're like, wait a second.
Coruscant, baby.
And then you see the classic youngling training helmets or whatever so they don't bash each other in the head, and it doesn't even give you a half a second to breathe. Door opens, gunfire, or laser fire, and you're like, what?
Oh, dude.
Fuck.
So,
Fuck.
I'm sure, I know now, having watched the first 2 episodes, that this is all intentional, but we have a whole era of shows that are existing in this Jedi Fallen Order timeline. And then we have another era of shows that are all existing in the Mando timeline. And I think we have 2 halves, and they're all going to keep, circulating around each other, if you know what I mean. So Jedi Fallen Order is right at this exact time. We see Order 66 there. We have Kenobi. We also have, Jedi Fallen Order Survivor, or I guess it's Jedi Survivor. Sorry, I keep mixing up the names. And I feel like there's going to be more shows. We have Andor coming out, which we'll talk about, Celebration stuff. But this is all going to be between 3 and 4 Rebellion stuff. So the Inquisitors are carrying over from Rebels, which I love. Filoni is involved again. And I feel like he's shepherding these like 2 eras that are kind of in between the trilogies, which is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, there's 2 tipping points. Order 66, and that's what all the series and movies are going to be out in that era.
Yep.
And then once you go to the Mando stuff, it's going to be Death Star talk and who was killed on a Death Star, the Emperor. Yep. So the Emperor and Vader. So it's all going to be Death Star talk. Okay. I don't know what the fuck that was, but
back, dude. Oh my god.
Shit, guess what?
No one's ever really gone.
No one. Yeah. Fuck, man. I haven't rewatched it either. I've only done 1 viewing. I tried to. I put it on and I just watched the recap and then that initial scene and then I was off. But fuck. I was so delighted. I mean, just right off the bat, I watched it and I was in awe. Like I went probably 3 times, 3 or 4 times within just the first 2 episodes or the first 2 episodes. I don't think I did that once during Boba Fett. I'm not even sure I did it. Boba. You did?
Yeah. Yeah, when we got to that planet and we saw Luke Skywalker and we saw Ahsoka together, I gave a gasp. Of course, it wasn't about Boba Fett, unfortunately, but it was at least there.
No, I'm not going to say I wasn't excited. I think it was a little different of a reaction. I was excited, edge of my seat, anticipating this, and we got it. In what we're getting in Kenobi is just, I have no idea what to expect. So as soon as I see something, I'm like, And as soon as they put Child Leia,
Yeah, dude, we both kind of called that.
I'm pretty
At different
sure
times,
I
yeah.
said that exact thing, that if he's going to be called off world, there's only one reason, and it's for Leia. And fucking here we are. But it's a nice touch. I mean, I'm very happy with all the characters that we've seen so far. Man, and I've seen some flack about the third sister. I had no issues. I was so enthralled with the both episodes.
Yeah,
I had no idea.
I've seen people complaining about the people that are complaining. I haven't seen any complaints myself. Luckily.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Because I haven't been on Twitter and Instagram. I've been looking at the subreddit.
Yeah.
And it's like, why is everyone hating on this show? It just started. Like, fuck you guys. Stop hating on the actors already. That's all. I haven't seen like any of the actual criticism.
It's
Luckily.
beyond criticism.
It's asinine. I'm sure.
I would just stay off Instagram.
I don't plan on viewing it.
Yeah.
I have no intention to. But yeah, third sister was great, dude. She's a savage.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
I think I saw someone. We're jumping all over the place. I don't give a goddamn. I saw someone encapsulate why I like her so much, and they said within the group of Inquisitors, she's trying to become a Sith Lord. Like, she's not happy just being an Inquisitor. I'm part of this group of 9 people hunting down Jedi. She's like, I want to be at the fucking top. I know what Vader wants. I know where Kenobi is. I'm gonna get him.
Right. She's breaking ranks. She's like, I'm not gonna follow your fucking, meddling. Whatever, your chain of command. Like, we're supposed to be shooting fish in a barrel out here. Meanwhile, Kenobi, Yoda, some big fish are out there that we could really be going after. And I think she's straight up challenging the Grand Inquisitor. That's what I clearly. I mean, we physically see that. But yeah, I mean, I'm happy with it. I don't know what anybody's issue was. Some people. One person I knew said her acting was terrible, and I was like, I wasn't even paying attention. I just thought that's how that character is. I was not paying attention.
There's only one thing in the show that took me out of it.
And it's the same as me. I guarantee you, we're all on the same page. It was a
the
little
only
child Leia running through the fucking streets, and you're like...
Yeah, the chase scene.
The chase scene. Hey, come back here.
Hey, we gotta capture you.
Get
back here now. That's the only problem I had the whole time.
Yep. I'm on board. That was the one thing, and obviously you let that pass because it's just like, okay, whatever. Like, they have to chase after her.
Whatever, it's fine.
She's 10. But can we talk about how fucking great that little girl is?
Yes.
Talking mad shit, dropping knowledge.
Dude, exactly what I imagined Leia being like.
Yeah.
Well,
just
exactly
putting
what
Obi...
Leia is like.
Yeah, putting Obi-Wan in his place like several times. Obi-Wan's like, who the fuck? Oh, yeah, I know who you are.
Oh, yeah, Padme's kid. God damn it, Padme.
God damn it.
It was perfect, man. Yeah, talking shit to her cousin. It's like, yeah, I don't have any time for this shit. All this royal stuff is so stupid. Like, we have things to do. I don't want to go sit in my fucking carriage and wave at the loyal subjects. Like, this is so boring.
Yeah. Nice touches with, like, the mundaneness of Tatooine without taking me out of it. It's not just him walking in sand. He's actually doing stuff, working at some outdoor meat packing facility. He's, clearly hiding. He's going to his little fucking cave and, cooking and shit. Like, I know he's just being you finally see Obi-Wan just be a person. He's not a Jedi anymore.
Right.
He's just a guy. And that's the whole point. But we see that on Tatooine. I'm comparing it to those Boba Fett scenes, those early ones in that series where he's literally just walking and or being dragged for many, many minutes, and it's like you could do something else and get the same point across. Like, he could be walking, he could be, I don't know, searching for moisture, he could be hunting, he could be. Like, sounds dumb. He could be trying to farm. He could be
just the searching for moisture.
I'm just looking for it.
Where the fuck is this moisture at, dude?
I've heard about this shit.
It's so hot.
Some liquid death. Where's it at? Yeah. I'm so. He exactly. Rambus. He was so beaten down. But clearly, his best friend is gone. His family, per se, of what he knew is
His
gone.
best friend murdered everyone.
Well, his best friend murdered his family. That's exactly what.
Yeah, his brother killed everyone in his family and tried to kill him. And then he had to kill him and back.
You know what?
Stop.
You know what I just thought about that I'm glad they never touched upon is Obi-Wan's lineage, actual lineage. Mm-hmm. I'm glad they've never touched on that.
Well, as you say that, I think Count Dooku is one of the only ones that they have. Count Dooku and Anakin, right?
Well, and we potentially not lineage past, but lineage forward with Yoda, maybe Grogu.
But as far as like a Jedi finding out who their family actually is and where they come from,
true.
I think that might be the only one.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know.
Yes, I agree with you.
I'm just saying it potentially could have been on the table. I'm glad they've never done anything with it. Just this is Obi-Wan. That's all you need to know.
Well, we got 4 episodes left, so hopefully his sister doesn't show up. Like, oh, Ben, I know you.
What if he does have a brother or something?
It
honestly
has enough heartbreak and like fucking web of family connections and brotherhoods and everything with the Jedi. Like they don't need that extra layer at all.
Yeah.
It would just be muddying things up. That's what I meant to say.
Oh man. Yeah.
So Owen
is
Lars
a savage.
Is an absolute savage. A great addition. Oh man, he was crushing it, dude.
He was putting Obi-Wan in his place, which
got no
that's what this whole show is going to be. Tatooine's putting Obi-Wan in his place. The Inquisitors are going to be putting him in his place. Owen's putting him in his place. Leia's been putting him in his place. Simple stormtroopers are putting him in his place, like because he can't go all out. He's got to be a dude.
Yeah.
And dudes in this universe are beaten down. That's at this point especially. So, yeah, man.
Davey's saying this show is literally exactly what I wanted: cinematic and loyal to both prequels and the original trilogy. Yeah. Yep, I agree 100%. It's nailing the split between those two eras like perfectly.
Can we also talk about? I know. We just said Reva is at odds with Grand Inquisitor, but it's also just nice to see. I like that chip on your shoulder. Kind of the same thing. I know I always bring it up, guys, but the Tarkin Vader relationship. I like to see that played out. Now we get to see it out inside the Inquisitors themselves, which are basically, they're all on level playing grounds. I mean, I know Grand Inquisitor is probably the strongest per se of them all, but they're all Force user, Jedi-esque people. So, they can truly go after each other, and it's really KOTOR-esque that we see on the Korriban
Academy.
Yeah, that they're all just challenging each other. I love it. We haven't really seen that aspect of Darkseid lightsaber users challenge each other. It's cool.
Yeah, because Maul and Dooku and Grievous and Vader are all like separate.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep. And no one challenges the Emperor because he always is.
Always is, always has been, always will be from the very beginning.
Victory.
Victory.
I'm just going to keep going. But yes, Reva's actually a bad guy, and I love it. It's good to have that they're not leaning too heavy on Vader, which another thing that we've kind of we're hoping for and predicted. He's going to be the seasoning sprinkled in. But Reva is
Jesus.
Well, who knows? It's only been 2 episodes. But I'm just thinking he's going to be dropped in and placed perfectly to excite us, but Reva is the actual villain.
Well, I'm excited if it's any sense of what we got in Fallen Order, where she's going to be the huntress, and she'll either get put in her place by Obi-Wan or by Vader.
By Vader, yeah, one or the other. She either captures him or Vader kills her for not capturing him.
Or she captures him and Vader kills her for capturing him because that's his job.
Exactly. I wanted to capture him.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I'm excited to see where it goes. Now, unfortunately, the Grand Inquisitor stabbing, that was spoiled to me. I literally just saw like a 2-second clip, and before I realized what it was, I was like, fuck. So I kind of knew it was coming, but at the same time, he can't die.
Yeah, I think that's a fake out for Star Wars fans that have seen Rebels, because he dies in Rebels, which is after this. So,
right.
Which also just seems weird. It just seems like a weird shock thing to like. Not like she glanced him with her saber and he like fell over. Like she literally stabbed him through the gut. Yeah. And you're supposed to think he's dead. So it's like either they're going to rewrite canon or he's not dead. And it just seems like, how would he survive that?
You know, I was thinking if they really wanted to do something like that, it would have been fun to just get another Inquisitor and kill them off.
Yeah, exactly. Like the third person that's there is also in Rebels. They should have just made up another Inquisitor. Yeah. Just to kill for the sake of killing off.
Right. Because she's new, right? She's not in the...
Yep. Reva's new.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We got 4 episodes.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll rise. So he's not dead.
Falco says he's dead. I don't know, man.
I don't know. He's laying around.
He's involved with this. I don't think he would retcon his own thing.
That's true. He'd be retconning his own stuff.
I don't know why he would. But like I said, it is confusing if you I don't know. I can't really comment on it until we see the whole series. So
yeah. What about the production, the CGI, how you been feeling so far?
Yeah, and I felt the same about the Andor trailer when I saw that. It feels different from Mando and Boba Fett.
I agree.
We know from watching the gallery featurette behind the scenes stuff on Disney Plus, like they have that crazy 360 LCD screen rig that they use to, basically make shooting on location non-existent because they can do whatever they want.
Yep.
But you can feel that. We said with Boba Fett, like the chase scene through the streets on the speeder was like, well, that feels clunky as hell because they shot it in this way. So it is limiting. Like it's cool that they were able to do those 2 shows with probably a lower budget and on a faster timeline, but you can tell the difference. And I guess what I'm curious about is like now that they've upped the level with Kenobi and we can tell Andor's kind of going in that same direction, like how does Mando season 3 come back? Does it do things differently now that COVID is over, or does it stay in that like lower production value, and will we notice a difference?
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. It's really making us look back at the other 2. Even with Mando being great, there is a difference. It feels different. Yeah. Like Davey's saying, Kenobi's way more cinematic. Yeah. Way more. I feel like I'm watching a movie. Plus, both of the first 2 episodes were decently long. And I was like, okay. But it didn't feel like...
I'll pull that up too.
It didn't feel like Bad Batch. I know this is a weird poll, but I know Bad Batch, the first episode was like an hour, and then the rest of them were like 15 minutes. I felt like we were progressing along in the story nicely. It wasn't like they tried to do everything all at once, and then we're going to do nothing for about 5 episodes, and then...
Yes. We got a bunch of setting the stage and a bunch of Tatooine stuff. By the end of the first episode, he has a mission, and the second episode is all on that second planet. And by the end of that, he's about to escape, or he did escape that planet. So it feels like we are literally like, here's each episode kind of feels, I don't want to say self-contained, but it feels like we're ending on a cliffhanger and we're getting right there with the next one.
Yeah.
And we're continuing forward without like...
It's like a thought-out storyline.
Without the spider episode and without like all of those side missions, you know what I mean?
I kind of like tongue-in-cheek.
He doesn't have time for side missions. Bro.
Right. I kind of like tongue-in-cheek was like, hey, it's nice to watch like an actual story unfold instead of just the directors throwing familiar species and objects at us. But it's true. That's how I felt. Mando, even in Mando and Boba Fett, I felt like they're just throwing familiar things at us to see how much we can recognize. This, I feel like I'm watching something brand new unfold in front, like a new storyline, which is crazy because it's about Obi-Wan Kenobi and Darth Vader, but it still feels like a brand new storyline that I have no idea what's going to happen. So
yeah, it's the craziest one to say it about because it's like, well, we know where he left off and we know where he's going.
Yep.
And I'm still more excited about this than I am about the others because I feel like, I don't know, they have a chance to not necessarily rewrite history, but
Yeah.
I think 19 years to play with, man. They have so much time there.
Yeah. You know what I'm absolutely scared of?
What's up?
Is the Palpatine effect where they're going to explain why Obi-Wan all of a sudden looks old. I am terrified that
like he saps his power or something like that, like Vader electrocutes him or some shit like that.
I am terrified that they're going to try to make that, like, find a reason behind that.
Well, it's just like when a president gets out of office, he looks, 50 years older,
Right.
even though it's only been 4 or 8 years.
Yeah.
I think this whole stress with trying to rescue Princess Leia, and then he's going to have to face off with Vader. Yeah. I think this whole chase and trying to capture him by the Inquisitors is going to leave him pretty stressed out.
Yeah.
He's going to be fucked after this.
Yeah. We know he's fucked after this.
I don't know if you saw any of like the memes or like short clips from Celebration, but when I'm just going back to like Mando and Boba Fett for a second. When they announced Pedro Pascal coming on stage, people lost their shit. As if like Hayden Christensen was coming on stage.
Wow.
Like people went wild. I feel like the Mando is like a beloved character in just 2 seasons of a show. Like people have him on a pedestal right up there with like, which I think is awesome. And
it is awesome.
Like say like production value is not as good, or we have side missions or whatever. We all love Din Djarin, you know what I mean? I haven't heard a single person say that they don't like Din Djarin at all.
Well,
so I hope he.
Because we haven't had Kenobi yet.
That's true. I guess everything pales in comparison to old Ben.
Well, I'm no joke. If we've had other series outside, they did great with Mando. They really did great with Mando. I'm happy. I'm excited for season 3. But if Mando was in between a Darth Vader series, an Ahsoka series, a Kenobi series, all that shit,
it's about to be.
We would still be excited. I'm not going to sit here and say that. But in comparison to, he would be last in line. Like, it's almost like this Cassian Andor series. We're all hyped for it. But it is in the middle of Kenobi and Ahsoka. And I know we're going to be excited, and it's going to be badass. But there's 2 shining stars on each side of you. I don't care how bright you are in the middle. Those 2 shining stars are going to outshine you. It's just the way it is.
That's possible.
But they could blow our minds because it is kind of that like roll of the dice. It's that thing that we don't know anything about.
Yeah. Well, what I was going to say is the quality of the other shows could potentially raise up the quality of all the ones in between. Like, again, now that COVID's over and maybe they have more time and more freedom to do things the way they want them to be. And Kenobi's out. We see the production value. Maybe they know that intrinsically, and Mando season 3 is just going to be on a different level compared to the other 2.
Yeah.
They kind of have to. Like you said, it's going to, in comparison, it's going to feel weird.
Yeah. No, I have high hopes.
I do.
That everything from here on out is going to be at least this good.
You hear that? We have hopes now. A week ago, I was sweating bullets. I'm
starting a rebellion. That's how much hope I have.
I have so much hope. Podcasts are built on hope. Disney Plus is built on hope. Yeah, we're off to a good start with Kenobi here. Very pleased.
What's your thoughts about Flea?
That was interesting. I like when they throw like famous people, but not famous actors per se,
right?
Just into the show. Yeah, it was. I mean, it was interesting. I don't think he gave like an amazing performance, but it was fun.
I thought he was fine. I thought he was fine. I didn't think he took anything away from the scenes.
Yeah,
I thought he was just a weird
scum.
Yeah, he was a scum pirate. That's like, but that's fine. I was maybe
like
a little
of a character from KOTOR.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like,
I really
this guy money or whatever.
The only thing I kept going back to was Back to the Future 2, where he plays like the scumbag boss or something. Remember that? Flea's in.
I've only seen Back to the Future 2 like once.
Oh man, it's my favorite one. Yeah, he's on like a conference call with McFly, and he talks him into a really bad deal. and Flea's laughing, and he says, "Ha ha, sucker," or whatever, and he turns it off. And then McFly's boss comes on the conference call and says, "You're fired. Fuck you." So Flea literally just plays like a dirtbag in that one too.
Nice.
But of course, that was 30, 40 years ago. So,
I mean, his name is Flea, dude. He's gonna play a dirtbag forever.
Flea's forever. It's always been him.
I wonder what his name is in Kenobi. You know, they always give him, even though they're side characters, they always give him like cool names.
What did you think about
Kumail? Damn. Oh, that was awesome. All you saw in the trailer was him in Jedi robes, so like we had no idea going into it what he was going to be.
Yeah.
But the fact that the Jedi are gone and people are being con men and playing as if they're Jedi, I thought was hilarious.
Yeah, I think it's a nice little twist that I can see people doing, especially in the Star Wars universe. Like, oh yeah, I'm a Jedi. Just send me some credits.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I can move this fucking lever over here.
Yep. Yeah. I completely think it was a great little twist. I didn't think it felt forced. I think it felt natural. The Jedi are gone. Now people are gonna expose that or exploit that. So
it did, and I don't think he is a horrible person. I think he's one of those like neutral, kind of doing whatever to get by, very much like DJ from Last Jedi.
Very Han Solo.
I love those characters. He's just like, you know, like, because the mom and son that he was talking to, like at the end of the day, he helped them get off the planet.
Right.
It's not like he stole their money and like fucked them over. Like maybe he took too many credits. Maybe he lied to them. But at least they got help.
Yeah.
So he's right in the middle. It's fun. And it sounded like that kid had force powers or was force sensitive or something.
Oh, good call. I forgot about that.
Yeah, there was like a small line about that.
Yeah, because even Kenobi was around the corner like, wait, the kid's got what? How many midichlorians does he have?
Speaking of force sensitivity, it sounds like Kenobi cut himself off, Luke Skywalker style.
Why would you say that?
From the force. Because when Leia falls off the roof, it like takes him a second to like...
I just think he's rusty. It's been 10 years.
Well, also, it's once he uses that and then Reva tells him about Anakin at the very end of the episode. Anakin, like, I assume that's why he wakes up. Like, he senses Kenobi. Because now that Kenobi used his power, like, Anakin's like, oh, fuck, he's right there. That's what I took it for. Like, he kind of cut himself off for a little bit, and now he brought it back because Leia was about to die, so he had to kind of, turn it back on.
Yeah. I guess the other thing that's going through my mind is because the Jedi are all dead, I know we've pondered this, but with fewer Jedi, is there more Force power out there to access, or is it the complete other way around, where with the less Jedi, there's less believers and there's less Force? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know where that balance is, or
does it work that way, where there's like a pool?
Is there only a limited amount?
If there's like 100 Jedi, they each have like 10 power points.
But if there's 10 Jedi, they all have 100.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. If it works that way.
I don't know either.
It's not a video game, Opar.
But I chalked it up to, I saw him struggling. I literally said out loud, "Oh, he's rusty. Like he's got to connect to this Wi-Fi network that he hasn't connected to in years." And he's like,
right,
"Fuck, what was it? 992?
Like, Jesus,
was it 322 or 422? I can't fucking remember. God damn it!" You're like, "God damn."
I think it could be both.
Yeah. Yeah, or
the fact
or like
that Vader popped up like after he kind of reactivated his force.
Reactivated.
Kind of led me to down that line. Force power on.
Force. Man. Yeah, I will say, outside of the obnoxious child running through the streets, also just a tad bit of when Flea and his crew were running after Leia, I was like, this is bad. I hate these. Oh,
that's what I was talking about. It wasn't Leia on the city planet. It was Leia running through the woods when Flea shows up.
Yeah.
It's like she's going this slow, and the guys are like, the bad guy actors are like going out of their way to like run into twigs and like get stuck. Just like, okay, come on, man.
Yeah, I felt it. I felt it both the streets and in the trees. It was like, come on, guys. Just grab her.
She's 10, dude.
And then when Obi-Wan can't do it, I'm like, fucking Obi-Wan, you're not that old. Come on.
He's kind of old, dude.
He's kind of old.
You know,
He's
he
just-
still got his hand-to-hand skills. That was good to see.
Yeah. Oh, he was spinning and doing it.
Juking and diving. He's got his Walter White skills, too. You see that whole, like, Spice Lab scene? That was fun.
I didn't know what the fuck was happening. I was like, are we in a meth lab right now?
Yeah, dude.
This is fucking sweet.
Straight Breaking Bad.
But that's, you know, oh my God, I forgot. When, her name's Reva, right? The third sister, Reva?
Yes. Yes.
When Reva calls out
McIntyre.
Owen, Uncle Owen,
Sorry. Yes.
I was like, wait, oh my God. First of all, what a badass just to stand there and be like, I don't know shit.
I don't know shit about fuck.
I don't know shit about fuck. But, oh my God, it was so badass. But what made it even better was the scene prior to when she's calling that woman out and cuts her fucking hand off. I was like, dude, Disney's doing it. We're going there. We're fucking going there.
We got
I can't
dark.
believe it. I can't believe it. You're exactly right. I could not. I would have said 0 out of 100 chance that they're gonna go this. They literally put a meth lab. They already cut some innocent woman's hands off for saying we don't know anything. Fuck you. You should know more, bitch. Like I was like, oh God.
Get knowledge, dude.
Well, she did talk a little crap because she's like, this is the outer rim. You have no power. You're like,
The Republic
fuck.
doesn't exist out here.
No, God.
Yeah, I'm glad they're going there with it, man. 'Cause
They need to.
I haven't seen Rebels in a minute, but my vibe from that was like the Inquisitors are like, they're the new bad guys,
Yeah.
but there's a lot of happy dancing in that show, and I didn't really feel like there was any threat until Vader showed up. So it would have been easy for them to kind of put the Inquisitors in the show and have them be like, you know, get close to doing something and then they back off and it's just like they don't really feel threatening. So the fact that they're murdering people, that one Jedi that they were hunting, they fucking hung him from the archway in the city. Like that is what the dark side does. That's what people do.
We are finally seeing the dark side play out.
When
It's
Vader
none of
tells you
this.
to hunt somebody down, you string them up by the neck. Like,
Dude, it's a
That's what
fucking
happens.
warning. You gonna befriend a Jedi? Look at this.
yes. And the fact that he went to Obi-Wan for help and Kenobi was like, bro, just go fucking live in a cave, dude. And then he walks back into town and dude is strung up. That was dark.
Brutal. But that interaction was so heavy. Every interaction in this whole show, I was like,
On the edge of my seat. Yeah, dude. Even Leia talking shit to her cousin. I'm like, yeah.
and I think exactly. Yeah, exactly. You're not even one of us. Bitch, let me tell you how much of one of us who I am. I don't know if that's what she said, but
You don't have to talk to lower life forms. Well, I guess I don't have to talk to you then.
man, she dropped something. I forget what exactly what she said, but I was like, "Damn, Leia, you are ready." Oh no, it was when she was talking shit to Kenobi, I think. She said, "The less you speak, the more I find out about who you actually are."
Yeah.
Or something along those lines, where she's like, "Why don't you talk?"
Yeah, like you think being quiet is going to hide it, but then I
Exactly.
learn more about you or something like that.
I learn more about you with the less you speak, bitch. She threw a bitch in there. I
Come
know
on,
it.
dude.
You're my only bitch. No, I love it. I love the tension between all these characters. I love that that rogue Jedi was like, Kenobi, oh my God, I'm saved. You're Obi-Wan Kenobi. This is great. Here's my fucking lightsaber. And Kenobi's like, I'm not real. This is not. Here's some spice, bitch. Like, don't get it twisted.
Go die in the sand.
But how, like, World War II Jewish, on the run, terrifying feelings. As that guy came up, it's like being in Nazi Germany and two Jews are fighting each other and like, hey, you're Jewish like me, and dude's like, fucking shut. Exactly, and that's why it means so much, because it's that same like terror, dude. No, we're not Jedi. Don't fucking talk to me. And he did not learn his lesson. And that's what fucking happened. That's why I'm saying I can't believe Star Wars is going that far. Cutting hands off innocents, hanging dudes.
Yeah.
Everybody's getting stabbed one way or another.
I noticed it said TV 14. And
I didn't.
Now it's no surprise. I mean, it opens with Order 66 again, as if you needed any, like, what can we do to open the show and set the tone for what's about to happen?
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to kill all the Jedi and all the younglings. It never
Sets the stage.
I almost said it never gets old, as if like I'm hyped for it every time. But I mean, it never gets old. I mean, it's always impactful. Every time you see it in every new iteration, Fallen Order, and here in Kenobi, it's like, damn, man. Sometimes you forget with all the happy dancing and how the original trilogy just kind of feels like mostly fun, I feel, until you get to 6.
No, I agree. Well, maybe the end of 5. The end of 5 is kind of where, because it's weird.
Once the Vader and Luke fight, yeah.
You know what's really weird is even in the Hoth battle, like they kind of half lost that battle, but the rebels are like slowly packing up their shit at the end
Luke
of
has a whole conversation with R2 while they're getting shot at.
And I'm like,
yeah, we're going to Dagobah.
Yeah. I was
We're
like,
see an old friend.
What the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody, like 80% of the rebels got killed. And the 20 that are left are just like, well, I'm just going to pack up my gun and walk that way now. So here we go. And you're like, what the fuck is happening? But yeah, no, I agree. I think everything is on the table right now. Everything is happening. You guys know it. Mopar loves the nitty and gritty, and that's what we're fucking getting.
Yeah, no more happy dancing. Leia's allowed to happy dance. She happy danced through the chase scene.
But she's shit talking while she's
And
dancing,
she's 10
which
years
makes
old.
the shit talking even better because
That's
she's
true.
doing her little curtsy and laughing at it, and she's like, "You're a bitch," and then she rolls away, and you're like, "What the fuck was that?"
That's true. I'll allow that. That's fine.
I even like her little droid thing.
Yeah, the little mouse looking thing.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, this is fun," and then
Lola?
got destroyed, and I was like, "No."
Someone's gonna fix it. Bale's gonna fix it or something like that. So yeah, as soon as we saw Alderaan, I was like, oh, this is awesome. And then Leia's in it, and I was like, this is awesome. And then, because sometimes I don't watch episode 4 that much, so sometimes I forget. And I was sitting there thinking, I'm just like, oh, dude, everyone's dead in like 10 years, man. It makes it hit differently. I just, like I said, I forget about it sometimes.
We don't get to see Alderaan at all.
One, I don't watch 4 that much. And 2, once it blows up in 77, Leia's just like, anyway, what's going on over
She's
here in
like,
this trash chute?
No.
But it was, seeing it in all of its glory and just to know that it's all going to be destroyed is... And then it ties into Rogue One. Bale's there as well. Like, oh, man. It was good to see. And I love predicting things, so I'm glad Leia showed up.
Well, and this is rewriting what that "Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope." Like,
Exactly.
she knows him.
Yep.
It's not a message from her father now. It's a message from her.
Exactly.
God damn.
Well,
This is
Like
awesome.
I said, first 2 episodes, who knows what's going to happen the next 4?
Yeah.
It could get even deeper. I'm pleased.
Oh, man.
So, Reva knows who Vader is,
You cannot escape him.
and she knows Anakin Skywalker is still alive, and he's Darth Vader.
Yeah, she knows. Well, there's already theories out there. I saw one that I really liked.
What was it? Speak it.
In the very first scene,
Sad.
she might be one of the younglings.
Yes. I forgot to mention that earlier. Yes.
So I hope we didn't spoil it, but regardless, I think if this is true, we're still going to see one hell of a story because now we have an youngling on our hands
Who went to the other side.
who knows Anakin is Darth Vader, who knows Yoda and Kenobi are still alive.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
And
what?
basically is like the opposite end of like Cal Kestis. Like saw Order 66 and for one reason or another decided the Jedi were weak and why was I stuck in this crazy religion? let's just finish him off. And I don't know if she was like poisoned or poisoned, like her mind poisoned or like trained by the Inquisitors or something. But
what about this? What if Vader didn't kill her? That she lashed out against him in the Jedi temple, and he Darth Baned it and said, "You got it. I'm gonna give you a fucking Inquisitor helmet, and we're off. Come on,
Inquisitor helmet.
give you some robes."
She doesn't wear a helmet.
Well, she
Maybe
lost
she used
it.
to. Yeah, I think it's a good theory. I don't think we spoiled anything. It's it's still a theory for right now. But when it starts on Coruscant and it pans down, she is the first youngling that you see as it like combs back, and then you see the whole class. Yeah. She's the first one. So,
also, the smallest little thing, guys. This show has pulled on more of my emotions, up, down, making me happy, making me gasp, making me dude. It's all of it. More so in the first 2 episodes than entire series. I loved Mando. It did not make me feel like this.
Yeah.
I think part of it is nostalgia. But I still think a large part of it is simply the story writing and the tension built within the characters that we are seeing.
Yep.
I mean, Reva's brand new. There is no nostalgia there. And I actually, in fact, don't really like the Inquisitors. But I'm still watching this thing going,
yeah.
Fuck, what the fuck? My point being, and I know we just talked about this Order 66 scene right off the bat, but holy fuck, how badass was it to see that master fend off? I was like, dude, a green lightsaber, saving children in the fucking devil's
Jedi
armpit.
Temple.
This is it.
It's
this
Clone
is
Wars
it.
all over again, yeah.
Yeah, but it's crazy because you're saying it's Clone Wars all over again, but like Ayla Secura goes out like a bitch. Plo Koon goes out like a bitch. Like, not even in one of my favorite movies do we get to see the badassery. Right. We get to see this teacher just whip it out and start fucking going at it. I'm like, like this is it. This is we don't even get to see this when we saw it. You know what I'm saying?
Unfortunately, yes, that is true. It was a powerful way to open.
So from those highs all the way down to the lowest low, I was gonna start crying when that fucking clone was asking for money on the street, and I was like,
"You know how I get about the clones, man."
Dude, but in my mind, you know what I was going through my mind was, if that clone recognized Kenobi,
that's what the first thing I thought of, and his shoulder pad was blue. I was like, "Who the fuck is that?"
I was like, is this clone about to go off? Like inhibitor chip style, start, oh shoot, bop, 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 bop. You're like,
oh.
That's what I thought. Order 66 all over again.
I did not even think of that.
That's what I thought. But
how long for that chip to wear off?
I know. Malfunction.
Control Alt Delete.
It ain't. Yeah, when I saw that, what a nice touch too. But it's based on reality. I felt like it was like a Vietnam vet that none of those vets get taken care of. And even in the Star Wars universe, we see it shadowed along. Fuckers sitting there like, anybody, give me something.
Yeah.
And of course, Kenobi walks by. It's like, oh my god.
And potential Bad Batch tie-in too. I mean, I think back when I was saying that we have this whole group of shows, I think I forgot to mention Bad Batch, which we got a season 2 teaser for. But that's going to play into this whole thing. What do the clones do when the stormtroopers start to take over?
They're taking over.
And I'm curious to see, like, post Order 66, like, yeah, does the inhibitor chip just wear off? Do they just calm down, or do they, like, does the Bad Batch work with all of the clones, like, gradually to start taking it out?
It's almost like over time, the clones can realize the chip, more or less, to say, like,
yeah,
oh, that reading or whatever's in my head, that's false or something at this point, because the Jedi are gone or something, so I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
Something along those lines. It's, yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it?
Speak it. Make it. Do it.
What I was going to say is pretty much in every other Star Wars iteration, no matter what, there's an awkwardly large focus on vehicles, transports, starships. I feel like the only one in the show that has any type of coolness or meaning is the Inquisitor ship that Reva shows up on.
That's all we've seen so far, really, yeah.
But that's my point. It's not about speeders. It's not about starships. It's about the people. We see that, that train or whatever, that Obi-Wan when he's working at the meatpacking facility. But it's not focused on that. It's focused on the people on the bus or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's a weird change, and I 100% love it. I love the ships. It's a part of it, but not when the ships are the focus. It needs to be about the people. Now, if there's, of course, a dogfight or, of course, yeah. That's all you got to see is the ships. But you know what I'm saying? It's a nice little tweak that it's like, okay, the ships are there. But no one needs to know, hey, the RX-55, the 33 is no longer. I'm like, Luke, stop talking.
They don't sell insurance for this one anymore.
Yeah.
They had a recall on the brake pads.
Luke,
goddamn speed.
Luke, just shut the fuck up. No one cares.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how the rest of it plays out. But I'm a sucker for world building, so I usually like.
But it's not even a lack. It's not even a lack of world building. It's just not the focus point.
Yeah, and I usually like when it is the focus point, I forgive them because I'm like, yeah, dude, world building. But I didn't even think of it this time, and I think that's the best balance. Is like when it's there. Like if you've never seen,
they don't have to do the EU aspects in the show.
Right.
That bus thing that we give us something in some fucking comic book, and I'm fine. I feel like that they've been over explaining the world building in the world itself, and I'm like, look, this new T-2344 is the booga booga booga. I'm like,
so you're happy we haven't seen Gasgano's podcast? Or
I'm actually upset. We haven't seen Gasgano's podcast. I'm very upset, actually, now. What does he talk about? That one time.
Someone threw a wrench in my goddamn engine. So you're pleased we haven't seen Gasgano's pod racer turn into a speeder bike?
Yes.
Yeah. I can...
Again, I'm happy they're not just throwing familiar things on the screen.
Well, I was critical of you a little bit in Mando Season 2 because I was like, dude, that's fucking sweet, man. I had that Lego set. I love this. This is awesome. But in hindsight and seeing how it plays out here in Kenobi, I think you make a good point. It's there. It's present, but it's not the focus.
They overly focused on those familiar objects in a couple of the series.
Maybe they didn't have a lot to do. Now, maybe we'll look back on...
I mean, they were on Tatooine. What else is there to do?
What the fuck? Maybe we'll look back on Kenobi differently when it's over and there's only 6 episodes. Like, maybe we'll wish there was a little bit more in comparison to Mando, which had 10 episodes, and maybe they had a little more freedom. And yeah, there was some filler, but there was also more expanded universe world building stuff that we like. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
No.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so Darth Vader. He's here. He's alive.
Dude.
Who even knows who he is.
That was a straight horror scene.
Yeah.
Even the score turned horror. It was like long-winded violin, like you're like, what kind of fucking creepy crawly? And then you see him and
vampire.
And I'm like,
blast beats to start going off.
It truly, I know we've got little blinks of this in like Rogue One. I know we see the fucking back of his head in episode 5. But for him to open his eyes and be like, I fucking feel him. I haven't felt him since that exact moment. This is what we're feeling him. But that build up and when it happens and the terror and oh my God. Like we knew it was coming and it was still like, what the fuck is that? That's Vader.
We've
seen Vader.
Coming, to be fair, I wasn't expecting the reveal to be 2 episodes in. I thought they were going to hold him a little longer.
Well,
the hunt not in action yet, but I just thought they were going to wait a little bit longer.
The hunt begins, man. The hunt begins. Reva's done her job, calling him out. She pulled Kenobi out of the cave he was dying in, and now Vader recognizes him and says, "Oh, feel him,
dude." How about Ewan's acting when she says Darth Vader is still alive? That's right, Anakin Skywalker is still alive.
You know, it's really weird. I didn't realize that was
I was hoping for.
Well, it's my fault, I think. I didn't realize that the realization was happening right then and there. Like while I was watching it, I didn't realize that's what I was watching. Like when she says it, I'm like, well, yeah. Oh, fuck. He's finding it out right now. I'm like, fuck, I'm not even paying attention over here or something. I was so worried about the shit talking and the walking around the fucking Imperial boxes. I'm gonna find you. Some type of, again, a horror, like he's just hiding. He's straight. He does not want to face this chick. And then she's like, he's still alive. And he's like, what?
Anakin's toasty. He wants you.
He's a little pissed off right now.
He's been testy with all of us at the Inquisitorius, man. You need to.
Can I throw a random thing out there?
Yeah, please.
Obi-Wan Kenobi cast list. I know O'Shea Jackson, Ice Cube's son, is listed.
Oh, yeah.
Now Ice Cube himself is also listed.
What?
That's what I fucking said. What?
That's cool, man.
I don't know if anybody's supposed to notice that yet.
Well, off of that same note, I was thinking back, and I think the trailers that we've seen, all that footage was from the first 2 episodes. I don't think we've seen a blink of footage in the trailer from anything except for these first 2. So the door is fucking open, dude.
Yeah.
Here's what I don't want to happen. Going back to the Mando conversation, I don't want all of episode 3 to be Kenobi getting Leia back to Alderaan. And by the end of episode 3, they finally get back to Alderaan and he delivers Leia. We need to keep the pace going.
So, okay, but
with like, hey, Leia's back. Let's do this, and then Vader shows up or something like that.
So what you want is Obi-Wan and Leia to be teamed up this whole time?
No, I'm saying I do not want that.
Oh, okay, so you want him to drop her off and then be on the run.
If that's what's going to happen. If he's going to drop her off, and like that's all of their interaction is like these first 2 or 3 episodes, I just want it to happen. What I'm saying is like in Mando we had that whole episode where it's like, hey, I'm going to transport you. Okay, cool. And then the next episode is all of the transporting.
Yeah.
Like, that took up the entire episode, and then they finally get there. Like I said, we got 6 episodes. We need to like start running through this shit. Vader just woke up at the end of episode 2. I can't forget about that in an hour while I watch them sit on a transport. Like, keep the pace going.
Yeah. No, I see what you're saying. Yeah, you know, we all know where this ends up, but connecting those dots can be a little tricky because it can't be a runoff to Tatooine. He has to lose their trail elsewhere and then go back to Tatooine. So just keep that in mind. Like the ending spot is not going to be Tatooine. The actual ending scene might be, but you know, storyline, he's got to lose them somewhere else, and then himself. Yeah,
that he's on Tatooine. They were there looking for that other Jedi.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, Reva might have known, but so she might be handled some.
Well, no, because they show up looking for
that other guy.
Yeah, they're looking for, I can't remember his name, but the guy that they hang in the town square.
Yeah.
They were looking for him. And then she decides to kidnap Leia to draw Kenobi out from wherever he might be.
Smart. Fucking smart. Almost as smart as Mopar, because I called that shit weeks ago.
Oh, yeah. We handled it, dude. I told you we wrote this show. I'm trying to act surprised, but we wrote this whole thing.
I'm in it.
I get my royalty check coming. I wonder if Anakin... I wonder how much Anakin told them. Like, hey, while you're out there hunting, here's your priority number one.
See, I don't think he told them. I think the theory's true. I think she was an ex-Jedi. She was a youngling. That's the only reason she knows. She has...
You think if Vader knew that she said that to Obi-Wan, he would have been pissed? Like,
what, the reveal?
Yeah, like, don't be giving out this information, you fuck. Like, he wants to remain in the shadows, yeah?
No. You think? It's been 10 years. It's been 10 years. Vader's out there. Everybody knows Vader's out there, except for Obi-Wan, because he purposefully has been getting lost and disconnected.
That's a beautiful thing. Like, even if... Well, the Tatooine's in the Outer Rim, man. They don't hear about shit very often.
Yeah, so even if there is a Vader running around.
Yeah, and it's not like Vader is on, like, the Imperial propaganda. They're not promoting their fucking
Absolutely
demon.
not. No.
Join the Empire. We have fucking Satan on our side.
Come see our demon.
Yeah. I was just trying to think, like, did Vader instruct her to hunt for Kenobi? I know he's still alive. He might be here. He might be there.
No, she's trying to prove herself, and it's going to put her in a fucking debacle. I think Vader's...
That's the best way it could end is, like, she tries to bring Kenobi to Vader. She thinks she's doing the right thing to, like, advance in ranks, and Vader was like, no, dude.
You're stepping way too high.
You're way too far out of line. Like, this is dredging up all my trauma. I'm going to kill you.
But let me ask you this. Will Vader or Obi-Wan kill her?
I think Vader does.
You think? I think it only makes sense, but I can also see
knowing that knowing that Kenobi kills Maul. Yeah, maybe in the right moment of self-defense or something. But I think it just is more poetic for Vader to kill her. Like, yeah, that's what I mean. The whole show, she's striving to become Vader's, like, number 2. And then the irony is, like, no, you were just a quick pass to get to Kenobi. Get out of here. Done.
You know what's going to happen
is a tragedy.
It's going to be some Rush Hour shit where she's trying to do, well, Juntao. What? Well, they're both going to be going after the same person, and she's going to fuck it up, and Kenobi's going to get away because of what she did, even though Vader was already on his trail. So he's going to kill her because she allowed Kenobi.
She just did with the Grand Inquisitor?
Because she allowed Kenobi to get away.
Yeah. She just kind of did allow Kenobi to get away.
Just yelling. He knows.
I guess that is a bit of a plot hole.
What?
Grand Inquisitor shows up, observes the scene, and it's like, oh yeah, Reva, she might be lowest on the totem pole, but she got basically priority number 1 for Lord Vader, who's our boss. But instead of fixing that, I'm just gonna give her a lecture, and then Kenobi's gonna get away anyways. Like, that doesn't please anyone.
Well, he didn't know he was there.
I mean, she's chasing someone. He knows.
She's chasing
been
ghosts.
Talking about it. She's just been Kenobi this, Kenobi that. Fucking draw him out.
Yeah, I wonder if he just didn't. She's been chasing ghosts. She's been chasing ghosts, and he's had enough. He's like, dude, you said this the past 10 worlds we've been on. You're like, Kenobi, and he hasn't fucking been there. Take some seat, bitch. Like,
take some. Yeah, the boy who cried wolf and shit.
That's it. The Inquisitor that quied Kenobi. Quied him.
You quiet Kenobi. You can't find him.
Juntao.
Put down a gun.
Stupid fool.
Got him.
I gotta watch that now. I've watched it
Dude,
probably 4
it's
times in the past week.
One of
Love
my
it.
favorite movies of all time. It's so good.
I am arguably gonna put it above Wayne's World. Just a hot take right there for you.
Yeah.
I will watch Rush Hour more often than Wayne's World. I love Wayne's World. I still think Rush Hour is funnier, and it holds up better.
And the fact that it is a legit like martial arts crime movie,
Yeah.
like it's there. It's not like it was a parody like Beverly Hills Ninja. Like it's
Right.
legit. Jackie Chan is like crushing it.
Yeah. Anyways.
So good, dude. All right. Well, Rush Hour 4 comes out next week, so let's make sure we review that.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, yeah. So all of the speculation and thoughts and hopes and expectations and everything, I think has really led us to a good point. I feel really good about Kenobi. I was very impressed with the first 2 episodes. Like I said, the fact that the show hasn't been around yet. It's a limited series. It just launched, and they did a recap as if you're coming back from like the previous season. And the fact that the recap was all prequels was a good sign. The show opens with Order 66, and we're on a ride from there. All good shit. So I'm very. We've been tiptoeing around Star Wars for a couple months now, but I feel really good.
Yeah, it's finally about the people.
I feel really
The
good.
people meaning the characters.
Yeah.
It's not about the objects.
Universe, the lore.
The lore, yeah. Which, is supposed to be in addition to,
Right.
not the focus. So I know
we
we just
love
talked
the
about
world building because it's in support of characters that we love first.
that. Right. Nice little touch. I like that Kenobi went out to all the way out into the sand to dig up, first of all,
Yeah, he buried his saber. And
his yeah.
Anakin's. Yeah.
And there should have been blood all over that thing. And it should have been
Should have been
half crisped. You get one toasted lightsaber.
a marshmallow saber.
Dude, I half thought they were going to pull some JJ shit and there was going to be some like haunting yells or screams or children crying or something when he
touched it,
unwrapped it, and it was like just going to be like like some haunted piece. You're like, God.
Did he touch it? Did he pick it up?
I don't think he did.
I wonder if he was like avoiding touching it.
What if he just sold it to a Jawa? And Maz came across.
Dude, this is how Watto comes in. He sells the lightsaber to Watto.
Could
Remember
you
that
imagine?
brat that used to be your slave? This is his lightsaber. Do you understand how important this is?
You understand?
2 million credits.
2 million credits. Yeah.
What a rags to riches story for Anakin Skywalker.
You know, I don't know.
Enlighten me.
I think Kenobi has made me like Tatooine just a little more.
It went down with Boba Fett, and now it's back up a
Yeah,
little bit.
it went hard down with
Yeah.
Boba Fett, but that's not entirely true because the Tusken Raider stuff in Boba Fett was so fun and so unique.
Yeah.
I know we're in the outer rim, but it does seem like Tatooine has a decent amount going on. And between the Tusken Raiders, all these pod races, you look at, Mos Espa looks huge.
Mm-hmm.
Mos Eisley, Anchorhead. I know Luke's a little farm boy, and they're out in the middle of nowhere in the fields, but there are cities and there's shit going on. And maybe because it's still in that prequel era time.
I was gonna say like Mando and Boba is after 6.
Yeah, so maybe it was just
so
like
it's really desolate after that.
people just left because there was nothing. There's no reason.
Once their celebrity, Luke Skywalker, leaves and then Jabba gets killed.
That's true. Yeah, why would Boba Fett even want that planet? Just take over a different
Bored,
planet.
dude.
He's bored.
he's
Honestly,
gonna go sit on the street and beg for credits, or he's gonna take over Jabba's palace.
So
But, I'm
a story
excited.
for another time. We've seen the saber.
True. Well, what? We know where it goes from here. What are you talking about? This does get me hyped to watch 4, though. I'm excited, man.
Really? Why?
It does. It's gonna hit different. The same way when you see Rogue One and then 4 hits different.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
That's what they're doing. Instead of remaking the original trilogy for a modern time, they're gonna make prequels and in-betweens that make us like the original trilogy even better.
Kenobi
Because
Season 2
they're
happens
smart.
on Hoth.
Because they're smart.
Yep.
Kenobi Season 2. Kenobi Season 2 is Episode 4.
R2-D2 gets lost, and he's got to go save him.
Well, who's that droid that is popping up through the sand and like?
Yeah,
that's like
you
his
know,
password to get into his cave.
I even mentioned it. I was
Can't
like,
be
oh,
R2.
that's an R2 unit or R4 or an astromech.
One of them, yeah.
I don't know. It could be.
Could be a cricket.
Man, I have nothing bad to say other than the goofy running through the
chasing,
streets. Everything else has been not even on par. It's been above my expectations.
Yeah.
It's been really, really good. Keep it going. Like you said, I hope they don't stub their toes this next episode or episode 4. Because like you said, there's not a lot left. So.
But that's the thing is, where going into this, I was like super hesitant after Boba, and I was like, Now that I've seen the first 2, I'm on a high, and I'm fucking geeked.
I'm high.
I'm high as shit. Kenobi.
Meth lab. He does have those drugs.
Castle
Oh, no,
Sand.
he used it. He used it.
Yeah, you
How
got
smart.
the dude's high as fuck.
I thought he just pulled it out of his fucking giblets and was just like, smoke bomb, bitch.
Well, he did, but he got it into his giblets by that girl that gave it to him.
Yeah. Who is his daughter?
His daughter. Yeah, Ewan McGregor's daughter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems weird to talk about giblets with that in mind.
Yeah, his daughter put the smoke things in his giblets.
His daughter touches giblets. What?
What? What?
This is why we're not on the podcast stage at Celebration.
It is. That's the best reasons. Yeah.
However, it would be awesome to be there and be like,
Giblets.
we're talking about Ewan McGregor's giblets tonight, dude.
Blah, blah. Get on it.
Oh, man. All
So,
right.
thoughts on the next episode? Where's this going to go? We're on a ship with Leia. We're getting away.
I'm hyped, man.
Also, what planet are we on? What is Meth Planet 3030?
I can't remember the name. That's the one from the trailer. I was like, they should have just called it Nar Shaddaa and got it over with.
Yeah,
I don't remember the name of it.
it's weird that they don't do that. I agree.
That's what I was complaining about.
I understand the reasoning, but I still find it weird. There's no, like, you want to start your own stuff, start fresh. So
Dave's got it.
that's what they're doing.
Dayu.
Dayu.
Yeah.
Kenobi. You got that Kenobi spice? Has it touched the giblets?
Giblet spice.
It's 100%.
Last question. We predicted Leia. Next prediction before the end of the series. You think Maul's going to show up?
No.
No, I don't think so.
Neither is, I'm telling you.
Now that I've seen the tone, I don't think Maul's going to show up. No.
I still don't even think. I hope I'm wrong. I don't think we're going to see Qui-Gon.
Don't even talk about that. Don't put those thoughts out.
Did you think it was kind of weird that Kenobi still had that transponder device that Bail called him on? Like, you want to be disconnected.
Bro.
You wanted to be disconnected from all of life. You buried your shit. You lost all your stuff.
Yeah, but just in case.
A Jedi walked up to you and said, "Hey, what's up?" And he's like, "Bitch, I ain't here." But he still yet has his cell phone on and is paying his service bill. And you're like, what the fuck?
Just in case, dude. You know how Cap gives Tony a burner phone at the end of Civil War? And then once we get to Infinity War, he has to call him in. Shit gets real. You got to keep that emergency line open just in case.
Yeah. I did think I will. The other small thing that was like, all right, that's fine, was when Bail showed up and somehow found Kenobi's cave.
That was a bit of a stretch.
And then the conversation they had, I was like, it's kind of weird. I'm not hating it, but it's kind of weird.
He's the king of Alderaan or whatever.
You have to leave. It's Leia. And he's like, no, I gotta watch the boy. And he's
I'm
like,
not that person anymore. But my daughter. Oh, okay.
I am. I might be that person. Let's check it
You were
out.
there when she was born. You're basically her godfather.
You're Uncle Kenobi. Uncle Ben.
Crazy Uncle Ben, dude.
Yeah. That conversation, I didn't hate, but it was like, oh, okay.
Well, I guess it harkens back to why he has that transmitter in the first place. And then in Rogue One, you see where Bail basically says, I'm going to send Leia to grab Kenobi. I think they've not necessarily kept in touch, but like that was the emergency line. Like Ben cut ties with everyone, but just in case he has a phone call to Bail Organa.
You think that's the only phone call he has? Is
I
that the
think
only
so.
tie? Because if him and Yoda had ties together, if they find one, they find the other. They can't do that.
Maybe Bail is the link in between them. They
Ooh, so if they find
form a
Bail, they
symbiont
find them
circle.
all.
You understand?
If they blow up Alderaan,
Then the trilogy keeps happening.
yeah, then nothing changes. Leia goes, oh no.
Anyways,
I wasn't even from there.
true.
Bitch.
You're not a real Organa.
Yeah.
Well, all positive vibes over here. We're loving it.
We're loving it. We are fucking loving it. No, I agree. I am hyped. Well, fuck. It's already Tuesday, so episode 3 pops up tonight. They launch on Wednesdays, don't they?
Well, when they moved the premiere to Friday, I assume they were all going to be on Friday.
Oh.
Let's find out real quick. I don't know.
Let's find out.
Check.
What?
Let's see. Kenobi release schedule. Oh, Mopar is predicting the future.
Yep. So it's tonight.
Wednesday, June 1st at midnight Pacific.
Yeah, so it's 3 a.m. over here, so it'd be tomorrow. Tomorrow morning we can watch it.
I mean, I regret taking an extra couple days to watch the premiere just because I was so busy, but so I might wake up a little early tomorrow and crank it in before the workday starts.
It's true.
Just in one streak. All right, that's enough. But
I agree.
Episode 3 soon. Bye.
Bye.
Good day, Galaxy.
Somehow Palpatine returned.
What the fuck? Somehow
Okay.
Kenobi's...
I gotta pee real bad. Talk
still-
to the guys.
He's
and
still
girls.
drunk. Kenobi's still drunk. We found him. Somehow. Guys, I can't believe we've done it. Predicted the future. We were holding off all of our celebration news till next episode. So I knew this Kenobi talk would take plenty of time. So I'm pretty sure next episode, well, it'll be episode 3 of Kenobi and some celebration news and or trailer. Some good stuff. I'm excited for the future. Fuck, you're going to stay all the way up till 3 a.m. How about no? I might wake up early tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Daco, yes. All things run through Mopar. We all know. All-knowing. Omnipotent. Scotty, no! That's another film I need. That actually surprisingly holds up. Austin Powers is solid as hell.
Yep.
Scotty, no! I was just talking about how Austin Powers still holds up too. Surprisingly. Surprisingly. That's one movie I thought for sure it would be bad. And it's still great.
When I'm traveling and I just need to fall asleep to something, every single time without fail, I put on Austin Powers.
Scotty, no!
Like every time I hear that opening music, I'm just like, it's so funny. Always new
Hello.
things to notice.
Hello.
Okay. I say that all the time.
Watch a movie. Get things going. All right.